if you're just joining, so I did say it before the class last week, but the class we'll be moving through today is a style of vinyasa. So vinyasa in Sanskrit means to place in a special way, which just means that we move from one posture to the next in a fluid kind of way, moving the spine in all different directions and in a way that's designed to get you breathing and feeling good. So it is helpful, and I understand a lot of people won't have it, but it is helpful to have something kind of like this sort of shape, or anything kind of like this. Feel free to get creative, just so that when we're in something like a forward fold, so bending forward fold like this, or even when we're kneeling down and stretching through the hamstrings, we have something to place underneath the hands that brings the ground a little bit closer up. So if we're feeling a little bit sticky and feeling a little bit tight, we've just got a little bit of help there. I'll cue it as we go through, and if you haven't got anything, don't stress about it at all. It's fine, we can manage without. It also might be helpful to have a cushion as well, if you have something laying around the house kind of like this, just to help again with some of the forward folds and ways to offer your body just a little bit of space, particularly if, like me, you've got sticky hamstrings, sticky everything from being isolated for a little bit too long. Yeah, does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions before we get started? No? Awesome. So it's completely up to you if you want to use it or not, but I will post a playlist just in the chat, just so that if you did want to have music on in the background, I kind of like to have some tunes going on in the background just to keep me kind of, I don't know what the word is. I just like to practice to music. So if that's you as well, feel free to pop this on if you want. To everyone. Okay. So that is the link to a Spotify playlist you can pop on if you want. If not, don't worry about it. Alrighty. Let's get rid of that full screen. Okay. So Elena, are we good to go?
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
Good to go? Beautiful. Alrighty. Well, welcome everyone. Let's grab my block. So I'm Amy. If you didn't practice with me last week, it's so nice to be here with you. And we're going to start our practice today just laying down on our back. So kind of finding any position on your back that's going to feel really nice and comfortable for you. I quite like just to find a mini shavasana, which is our corpse pose. Legs nice and long, arms nice and wide, just relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the hips. Feel free, if you grabbed your cushion, to place it underneath your head if you'd like a little bit of support there for the neck. And then let the shoulders draw back and down, just getting into a really lovely and comfortable position. And if you feel okay to do so, just let the eyes gently close down. If you've been sitting in front of a computer for a lot of the day, just give yourself a moment to disconnect from your to-do list, from everything that you're doing, everything that you need to get finished, or anything that's going on for you outside of this practice. And a really helpful way to do that is to start to notice your breath. As you relax here on the ground, as you allow the physical body to get a little heavier, start to bring your awareness to the breath. No changes made to it just yet, just start to send the breath a little deeper down into the belly. And observing the way that it flows softly in and out. Try your very best to keep the breath as smooth as possible as you continue to slow it down just a little bit. As you start to find a nice slow and steady breath, you'll notice you fall into your own internal rhythm. It might be faster or slower. With no judgment or anything placed on it, just keep the mind's eye following the breath. And this tool, this method of watching the breath as it moves in and out of the body is a really popular and a really accessible tool to access mindfulness and meditation. There's nothing else that we need other than a gentle awareness, a steady flow of your breath. And as you find your mind wandering, as it tends to do when we soften into the stillness, know that an empty mind isn't the goal of the practice, it's the awareness. So as the mind does wander, allow the thought to come and go. And then return your focus to the breath. Just a few more steady breaths like this. We always begin our practice this way, allowing the mind to slow down, the breath to slow down. Detaching from the busyness of our outside lives. To bring a little bit of softness in. Take 3 more breaths here. Taking 1 more big inhale. Steady exhale breath. Nice and gently start to invite a little movement into the body, a little wiggle through fingers and toes. You might choose to keep the eyes closed down or open them up as you reach the arms up and overhead. Stretching through the arms and pointing to the toes, making yourself a little more like you're just waking up. And then nice and gently guiding the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze here, a little cuddle. Take a gentle rock from side to side. And as you do, allow yourself to feel that nice gentle massage through the low back. Beautiful. Softly here, we'll place the left foot down to the earth. Kick the right heel up towards the ceiling. And then find a grip on the back of the right thigh, anywhere that you can. If that means that the head is lifted up a little off the mat, you might place your prop, your cushion, your block underneath the head, just to give yourself a little bit of support there. But if it's just a little too much in the body, please feel free to release the grip and just extend the leg up as you are. Whatever you've got, draw nice big circles through the ankle. Knowing you can take a bend through the knee if you need to, if the hamstring is feeling a little sticky. The straighter the leg is, the more of a stretch you'll find. Good, drawing circles one way and the other for 1 more big breath in. Exhale to place the right ankle to the top of the left thigh for our figure 4 stretch. Now you're going to use the right hand to press the right thigh forward, squaring off the hips. You might find that's quite enough of a stretch. If you'd like a little more, thread the hands through and find a grip on the back of the left thigh or on the front of the shin. And here we're trying to keep our shoulders grounded down, our tailbone grounded, and maybe a gentle shift of the weight towards the left. Feel a stronger stretch there as you start to tap back into that slow and steady breath that we found. Feeling a sense of lightness as you breathe in and softness as you breathe out. Nice and gently release what you've got. Set the right foot down towards the earth and kick the left heel up towards the ceiling. Again, you can take as much of a bend in the knee as you like. You might find a grip on the back of the thigh or not, and perhaps there's a block or cushion underneath the head to elevate a little bit and offer a little bit of support for the spine. Whatever you're choosing to go with, start drawing nice big circles through the left ankle. Taking it one way and then taking it the other. Just moving nice and slow, getting out all those creaks and cracks. One more big breath in. Exhale to release to figure four on this side. So our left ankle to the top of the right thigh. Use your left hand to press the left thigh away from you towards the front of the mat. And then from there, either stay if it feels like it's quite enough, or thread the hands through. Finding a grip on the back of the right thigh or the front of the shin. Shoulders soften back and down. Nice big flex through the left toes. And maybe a gentle shift of the weight towards the right hand side here. Big breath in. And a steady breath out. Good. Take two more deep breaths. And see if you can draw the knees in just a little closer to find a deeper stretch. Nice and slowly let's release, guiding both knees back in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, nice big cuddle, a gentle rock from side to side. Then finding the backs of your thighs, we'll start to rock and roll up and down the length of the spine. Give yourself just a couple of rocks there. Eventually we'll make our way to a comfortable seat at the top of the mat. So taking a cross-legged seat here or a kneeling seat, whatever feels better in your body. If you'd like, you can sit on your cushion or on your block if you feel the spine kind of grounds underneath in a seated position. But allow the shoulders to draw back and down and see if you can grow as tall as you can in the seat. Use an inhale breath to reach the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, bring the fingertips, the left fingertips down beside you. The right arm will reach up and over. Nice big side stretch. You're focusing on grounding down through the right sit bone and reaching through the right fingertips as you peel back the right shoulder just a little bit. One more big breath in. And a big breath out. Inhale takes you back through center. Let's switch it straight over. Bringing the right hand down, left arm travels up and over. Top shoulder peels back, sit bones ground down, and see if you can really plug the left sit bones down to the earth as you reach a little more through the left hand. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale draws you back through center. Reach up through both arms, grow nice and tall. And then gently twist towards the left-hand side. Your right hand will find the left thigh. The left fingertips tent behind you. Take an inhale to grow a little taller, lengthen. And use your exhale to twist just a little deeper. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale takes us back through center, reach up through both arms, grow tall. Exhale to twist the other way. Left hand finds the right thigh, right hand behind you. Inhale, breath, grow a little taller, lengthen. And then exhale to twist just a little deeper. Ooh, my spine cracked on that one. Feels good. One more breath in. One more breath out. Nice and gently back through center. Reach both arms up high just to neutralize through the spine. And then exhale, move your way into a tabletop position. So the hands will land down out in front of you as you shuffle yourself forward to stack your wrists underneath your shoulders and then your knees underneath your hips. From here, spread your fingers nice and wide onto the mat. Plug the fingertips down firmly like you're trying to grab a hold of handfuls of your mat. And then inhale to dip through the belly, draw the heart forward. This is our cow pose. And then exhale to round through the spine. Draw the chin to chest as you tilt the tailbone under the cat. Inhale, breath to cow, dip the belly, pull the heart forward. Exhale, breath, rounding through the spine, guiding chin to chest. Twice more, inhale, breath, dip the belly, draw the heart forward. Exhale, breath, rounding through the spine, last time. Inhale, breath, dip the belly, guiding the heart forward. And then exhale, breath, rounding through the the spine. Beautiful. From here, nice and slowly, tuck the toes underneath, lift the knees and send the hips up and back to find your very first downward facing dog. If you're like me, this down dog is going to feel a little bit sticky, so start to pedal through the legs. You're going to bend and straighten through one leg at a time to stretch through the backs of the legs. And if you find your hamstrings are really sticky or there's quite a lot of weight forward in the wrists, take a bend into the knees and tilt the tailbone upward, allowing you to press through the fingertips and lengthen through the spine. Stay here for just one more big breath in. Big breath out. Nice and slowly walk your hands to meet your feet. So you'll walk your hands to the back of the mat. Take your time. Arriving in a forward fold. And this is where you might like to place a block or something underneath the hands, or take a bend into the knees to take any sort of pressure out of the low back, and grab a hold of opposite elbows into ragdoll. From here, just let the belly rest on the thighs or however close you can get it, and then release any tension through the head and neck. So you might shake the head, no, not yes. You might even sway the torso gently from side to side. What we want to do here is release any sort of weight in the upper body. So you're using your arms, you're using the weight of your head to really deepen your folds here. Take one more big breath in. Release the arms on your breath out. Nice and slowly we'll rise to stand. Press through both of your feet as you roll up, stand up, shoulders draw up, back and down. Inhale, breath will sweep both arms up and overhead, guide the palms to touch. Exhale to draw hands into heart center. One more like that. Inhale, breath, sweep the arms nice and wide. Reach up, look up, palms touch. This time take a soft bend into the knees and fold forward gently. Good. Take a halfway lift. So our halfway lift, we bring our fingertips to our shins, bring our chest parallel to the earth, and then draw our shoulders back, belly in. You can start to straighten the legs here, any amount as well, to get a deeper stretch in the hamstrings. Pause here for one more big breath in, heart forward. Exhale to fold in deeper. Let's try that once more with breath. Halfway lift, fingertips to shins, chest parallel to the earth, shoulders back. Exhale to fold deeply in heart. Good. Nice and gently, we'll walk our hands out, one handprint at a time, to find a higher plank position. If you're feeling fiery, feel free to keep the knees lifted. Otherwise, set the knees down and untuck the toes so you're in a modified plank position. We're pressing the ground away, we're drawing our belly in. Inhale to shift forward so your shoulders are past your wrists, and then hug the elbows in. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly, nice and slow. Beautiful. So from here, you're going to slide your fingertips out wide. So your fingertips are off your mat and you're just on the fingertips. So it's like you've got a little cupcake under your hands that you don't want to squash, or like your hands are like little spiders crawling around. Not a great visual, more on the ground, but anyway. Tops of the feet are going to press down so firmly that you feel the kneecaps lift off the earth. And then you're going to squeeze your glutes, your butt cheeks, which will lengthen the space for your low back. From here, inhale, press into the fingertips, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades for a rolling cobra. Exhale, we lower all the way back down to the belly, just as high as you like. Twice more with breath. Inhale, we lift up. And exhale, we lower down nice and slow. Just one last time. Inhale, breath, lift up through the chest. And then exhale, breath to lower all the way down. Take your time. Hands underneath your shoulders from here. We'll slide back super gently to Balasana, child's pose. Bringing the knees as wide as your mat. Big toes touch. Letting the hips sink down towards the heels. Fingertips reach out in front. Now in this child's pose, feel free to take a seat on a block or a cushion if you're finding it a little uncomfortable. But more than anything, just give yourself this moment to check back in. So the thing I love about yoga is it makes you kind of assess where you're at on each individual day that you practice. You can go to the gym and you can kind of smash it out and you're kind of distracted by the music and all the different movements and people yelling at you. Yoga forces you to kind of look inwards and examine what's going on, and it allows you to kind of cultivate whatever practice it is that you need on that particular day. So as you soften into this child's pose and you're like, oh, I'm pretty tired, I want to take a nice chill flow today, please feel free to rest anytime that you like, in a seat, in a child's pose, in anything like that. If, however, you'd like a little more fire or a little more something, I'll give little cues as we go through if there's something a little extra that you'd like to add on. But this is yours to kind of make however you like. From child's pose, take a deep breath in, then a deep breath out. Nice and gently shift yourself back forward to tabletop position. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And as we make our way into downward facing dog, before we do, just have a look at your hands. Make sure that your fingers are spread as far apart as you can. So when our hands are on the mat, when we're in plank, when we're in downward facing dog, our fingers are spread wide. And we're trying to grip into the fingertips rather than dumping all of the weight in the heel of the hand. It's tricky to do. It takes a little bit of time to build up that grip strength, but as you start to build that strength, you'll notice how much weight and pressure it takes off of the wrist. So it's really handy to keep that in mind right from the very beginning. Fingers spread wide, fingertips press down firmly, tuck the toes, lift the knees, and send the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in here. Big breath out. Nice and gently, we'll start to walk the feet to the top of the mat. Little baby steps. Take your time to get there. Arriving again in a forward fold. We'll take a halfway lift. Inhale, chest parallel to earth, shoulders draw back, belly draws in. Exhale to forward indeed. Inhale, we rise to stand, press through both feet to reach up, look up, palms touch. Exhale, we'll fold you forward, hinging from the hips. Good. Halfway lift, fingertips to shins, chest parallel to the earth. Exhale to fold in half. Land both fingertips, or all 10 fingertips I should say, and step your left foot, just the left one, all the way to the back of the mat. From there, lower the back knee down, and then sweep the arms up and overhead for elbow lunge, Anjaneyasana. Now if this feels a little bit icky on the back knee, you can place a towel or a shirt or a blanket or something underneath the knee to give yourself a little bit of cushioning there. So feel free to move through that if that feels best for you. Otherwise, if you're okay, stay as you are, lifting up a little more through the space of the hips. And in this shape, we want to squeeze our left glute, so our left butt cheek on, and then start to sink just a little bit deeper into the hips. You'll notice how that stretches more through the front of the left hip there. Now the fingertips are sparking up, shoulders drawing back and down. Take a big inhale breath, big exhale. One more inhale to grow a little taller. Exhale, we'll start to straighten into the front leg, shift the hips back and fold forward. This is our half Hanuman or half splits. So our front leg is mostly straight, and this is where you might like something underneath the hands. If you haven't got anything, tuck the back toes under, and then try to round through the spine, tilt the tailbone under, and flex the front toes as much as you can, taking as much of a bend in the front leg as you need to feel supported here. If you're feeling all right, straighten out a little more through the front leg, and then lengthen out of the space of the hips, like you're trying to draw your chest towards your toes. Big breath in, and then fold a little deeper, breath out. All of this, just one more inhale. One more exhale. Nice and gently, popping any props to the side. Rebend into the front knee. Sweep both arms up and overhead for our low lunge. Take an inhale, grow a little bit taller. As you exhale, the left arm will reach forward and the right arm will reach back. So we're in this open, twisted shape. See if you can reach both arms from opposite directions as far as you can go. Squeeze your left butt cheek on, and then bring your right hand to your right hip. Inhale breath, reach the left fingertips up towards the ceiling, extend through the spine. Either pausing here, or if you'd like a little more, Bring the right hand to the back of the left thigh and start to lean back a little more to deepen your extension. One more big breath in, big breath out. Nice and gently, back through center, windmill both hands down to frame your right foot. We'll tuck the back toes under and pick up the back knee. This is our runner's lunge. You want your front knee over your ankle, your back leg as strong as you can. Look down at your left hand, round the left palm to the earth, and peel the right fingertips open towards the sky. So finding our simple twist here. The top shoulder peels back. Stay for one more big breath in, big breath out. Nice and gently, both hands will frame the front foot. Look forward, slow as you can, step to the top of the mat. So the left foot will step up to meet the right. Take a halfway lift, draw the heart forward, draw the shoulders back. Exhale to fold deeply and up. Inhale, we'll rise to stand, reach up, look up, guide the palms to touch. And then exhale to gather hands to heart center. Beautiful. So from here, looking down at your feet, make sure your feet are about hip width apart. So you want the heels underneath the hips and the toes are pointing straight ahead. Bring your hands to heart center and start to sink your weight back into your heels, bending into the knees for our chair pose. So in this chair, we want our knees tracking forward in line with our toes. And rather than sticking our tailbone back behind us, we want a little tilt under the tailbone to lengthen through the low back. From there, you can keep your hands at heart center or reach the arms up and overhead to lengthen a little. Pausing there, sit a little deeper down into your chair. Big breath in, big breath out. Good, nice and slowly, let's rise to stand. Inhale, lift up, press the hips forward, open through the chest. Exhale, soft bend into the knees as we fold forward here gently. Take a halfway lift, bringing the chest parallel to the earth, shoulders draw back, belly draws in. Exhale to fold deeply in half, plant the hands and step back to your high plank. Shoulders stack above the wrist. Now remember, you can keep the knees lifted if you're feeling feisty. Otherwise, drop the knees down and untuck the toes. Together, we all inhale to shift forward. The shoulders are past the wrists. Hug the elbows in. Let the elbows graze the ribcage as you lower all the way down to the belly. Good. So from here, we're going to reach our arms back behind us. Your palms are facing down and your thumbs are pointing out. Press the tops of the feet down super firmly. Glutes will squeeze on. Remembering we want the kneecaps lifting up off the earth, the legs are engaged. Inhale, lift the chest, reach the arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together like you're flying. And then exhale to lower down. Just twice more like that. Inhale, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, reach back. And then exhale to lower down. One last time, inhale, breath, lift up, squeeze. And then exhale to lower back to the belly. Hands underneath your shoulders. Slide back to child's pose, Balasana. And pause there for a moment. So knees wide, big toes touch, hips sink down towards the heels. So the shoulders are softening down. And just like we did before, take this moment to guide your awareness back in. So quite often, particularly if we're newer to the practice, it can be overwhelming with legs going this way and arms going that way and breath doing something else completely. So allow yourself to release all of that. It doesn't matter, we're just practicing. And focus back in on the breath. One of the coolest things about the practice, I think, is the shifting of energy, or what yogis call prana, moving through the body. And you feel it, particularly if you've been sitting for a lot of your day like I have. Starting to move a little bit and breathe, you start to feel that shifting of stagnant energy. So breathe a little deeper into it now. One more big inhale. Big exhale. Feel free to rest and chill a little longer if you like. Otherwise, downward facing dog is where we'll meet as you're ready. Fingers will spread wide. Remember, we're gripping down into the fingertips as we tuck the toes, lift the knees, and send the hips up and back. Big inhale breath to fill up. Steady exhale. Come high onto the tippy toes. Bend the knees gently and look forward as you start to make your way to the top of the mat. Maybe little baby steps, or you might take one big step. When you get there, halfway lift, draw the heart forward, draw the shoulders back. Exhale to fold in half. Inhale, we'll rise to stand. Reach up, look up, guide the palms to touch. And then exhale, fold forward, nice gentle bend in the knees as you do. Bring the fingertips to shins, halfway lift, draw the chest forward. Exhale to fold deeply in half. From here, just the right foot steps all the way to the back of the mat. Lower the back knee down and then use your inhale breath to sweep the arms up and overhead. Just like before, if you'd like to place something underneath the right knee, feel free to do so, just to give yourself a little bit of cushioning. Otherwise, pressing down through your front foot, lift up, grow a little taller, squeeze your right glute, your right butt cheek on, keeping that engagement, sink down just a little deeper into the front leg. Just a couple more breaths here. And as you hold this shape, nice and active through fingertips, but soft through the shoulders. Notice if you're hunching the shoulders up towards the ears. One more big breath in. Exhale, start to straighten gently into your front leg and fold forward. Remembering our options here, you might place something underneath the hands to bring the ground a little closer up towards you. You might take more of a bend into the front knee to give yourself a little bit of support. Whichever option you're going with, anytime we want to lengthen or stretch the back of the muscle or the back of the body part, we want to engage the front of the body part. So here we're flexing our left toe super firmly, engaging through the front of the leg to lengthen and stretch through the hamstring. Stay for one more big breath in here. Steady breath out. Oh, feels nice, doesn't it? So let's just take one more breath in and one more breath out. Good. Popping any props to the side that you used. Rebend into the front knee and sweep the arms up and overhead back into low lunge. From here we find that twist. So you're going to reach your right arm forward, reach your left arm back, pausing there, opening up through the chest, reaching in opposite directions, and then gently place your left hand to your left hip and start to reach the right arm up and overhead. Now you can pause here, reaching a little taller, or squeeze your right glute, your right butt cheek, bring the left hand to the back of the right thigh, left hand to back of right thigh, and start to lean back a little more into your extension. Take it nice and slow, strong through the belly, belly to spine. One more big breath in, big breath out. Nice and gently, windmill both hands back down to the ground, framing your front foot. We'll tuck the back toes under and lift up the back knee. So nice and strong through the back leg. Looking down at your right hand, ground the right palm to the earth and start to reach your left fingertips nice and high for simple twist. The back leg is strong, the front knee hugs in as we sink the hips down a little deeper. Good. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Nice and slowly, left hand down to frame the front foot. Let's look forward, stepping the right foot up to meet the left, top of the mat. Take a halfway lift, bring the chest parallel to the earth, draw the shoulders back. Exhale to fold deeply in half. Inhale, we'll rise to stand. Reach up, look up, guide the palms to touch. Exhale to bring hands to heart center. So once again, looking down at the feet, make sure the feet are about hip width apart, and then start to sit your weight back and down into the heels. So from here, this time, reach the arms up and overhead, lengthen through the spine, inhale breath. As you exhale, keep the chair, but sweep the arms back behind you. Press the palms backwards and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Twice more like that. Inhale, reach the arms up, lengthen the spine. Exhale to sweep the arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Last time, inhale, breath sweeper. Exhale to sweep it back, strong legs, squeeze the shoulder blades. This time, inhale to reach up, straighten through the legs. Squeeze your glutes to press the hips forward and open the front of the body. Exhale to fold gently forward over soft knees. Good, take a halfway lift. Chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale to fold, plant your hands, step back to high plank. Either keep the knees lifted or lower them down, untuck the toes. Shift forward, hug the elbows in and lower all the way down to the belly, nice and slow. Good. This time, draw the shoulders back, slide the thumbs back in line with your low ribs and hug the elbows towards each other. Just like before, press the tops of the feet down so firmly the kneecaps lift, squeeze your butt, and then inhale, lift the chest gently, below cobra, shoulder blades squeeze. Exhale to lower down to the belly. Either one more round of low cobra, or if you feel ready to try upward facing dog and you've got no issues with your low back, feel free to come with me. Pressing through the palms to straighten the arms and pull the chest forward. You're going to press the tops of the feet down so much that you lift the thighs up off the ground. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lower the knees. We all shift back to child's pose. Pausing there for a moment. Hips to heels. In this child's pose, you might choose to bring the knees together and then drape the arms down beside you. Palms facing up to relax through the shoulders and open a little more through the upper back. We'll close the eyes down here. Take a slow and steady inhale breath. And a slow exhale. Good, one more just like that. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Now, as always, feel free to stay resting for as long as you like. Otherwise, downward facing dog is where we will need just a little bit of work here. From downward facing dog, joining us as you're ready. Fingers spread wide, fingertips plug down firmly. Shift your weight into your left foot gently as you raise the right leg to the sky, our three-legged dog. You're kicking nice and strong through the right heel. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Come high onto the tippy toes of your left foot. Inhale, breath. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Do your best to step the foot in between the hands. If it didn't quite make it, shuffle the foot forward so you've got your front knee stacking over your ankle. And then looking between the legs, heel to the front foot a little wider so your feet are hip width apart. Think train tracks rather than tightrope. From here, take a little bend, a soft bend in the back knee, and then press down to rise up into our crescent lunge. So just like our low lunge, but a little higher, back knee is lifted, and we're high on the ball of the back foot here. Now see if you can sink down a little deeper, and like low lunge, squeeze your left butt cheek on here to open more through the front of the hip. The fingers are sparking up, the shoulders draw back and down. Take a big inhale breath. Sink down a little deeper. Exhale. Good. One more inhale. Exhale. Ground down the back foot and open out the arms to find Warrior Two. So in Warrior Two, feel free to shuffle the feet. We'll line up the heels, one in line with the other. Front toes are pointing straight ahead. Back foot is parallel with the back edge of your mat. There's going to be a temptation to lean forward. Can you draw the shoulders back to stack over the hips? Now, our gaze in yoga is super important, particularly in Warrior Two. You want to rest it on your front middle finger, giving you this one point of focus to rest your awareness on. As you sink just a little deeper into the front knee. Good. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, flip the front palm, straighten your front leg, bring the left hand to the left thigh, and reach the right arm up and overhead through our reverse triangle. Big inhale breath, big side stretch. Exhale back to warrior two. Rebend into the front knee. Now here, inhale, reach forward, lean forward. Exhale, bring the right forearm to the right thigh, palm facing up, and reach the left arm for the ceiling, sparking up through the fingertips. Now we're sinking nice and deep into the front leg. And your choice, your option is to pause here or for a deeper side stretch. Start to reach the top arm forward, bicep is next to the ear, fingertips active. So you're pressing down firmly to the knife edge blade in the back foot and reaching through your top knees. Good, one more big breath in. Big breath out. Nice and gently, reverse triangle, back through center. We reach up and back, inhale. Exhale, bring your arms to a T shape. Keep both legs straight, turning the right toes inward, and then turn both the heels in. So both of our toes, or all 10 toes, are pointing out, heels are pointing in. From here, bring your hands to heart center, and any amount, start to bend into the knees, sinking the hips down and drawing the knees out in line with the toes. You want to do your best to stack the knees over the ankles, and they're going to want to cave in, so keep pressing them outwards in line with the toes, trying to keep the chest lifted, shoulders back and down. Take an inhale, exhale, sink a little deeper. Good, two more, big breath in, big breath out. One more inhale, exhale, sink down nice and deep. Good. Now inhale, straighten through both legs. Reach the arms up and overhead, palms touch. Turn your toes inward. So reshuffle the feet, toes in, heels out. Take a soft bend into the knees and gently fold forward here. Wide-legged forward fold. Now if the hands don't quite touch the ground, again, maybe a block or whichever prop you found underneath the hands might be helpful. Or grab a hold of opposite elbows into ragdoll. Take a nice little bend into the knees to protect the hamstrings and the lower back. Just let the head and neck relax. We're going to spend a couple of breaths here, so you can either stay in stillness, pausing as you are if you're feeling a nice juicy stretch. After, I'd like to bring my fingertips to the earth and start to bend and straighten gently into one leg at a time. To start to open up into the sticky seam of the inner thigh. So this is yours to kind of play with. Just two more breaths here to explore. One more big breath in, big breath out. If you are moving, guide yourself back to center. From here, we take a halfway lift, heart forward, shoulders draw back. Exhale to fold in half. Nice and gently, walk yourself back to the top of the mat. Hands will frame your front foot. Now I want you to ground down through both of your palms, press the ground away firmly, do your best to step back to downward facing dog. Step the right foot to the back of the mat, hips up and back. You can choose to pause here or come with me through a flow. Rippling forward to high plank, knees lifted or lowered down, untucking the toes. Shift forward, inhale. Exhale, hug the elbows in, lower all the way to the belly. Inhale for low cobra, or if you feel ready, upward facing dog, feel free to take it. Exhale sends us back to child's pose, nice and slow. Meet there together, big breath in, big breath out, to downward facing dog as you're ready. Remembering you can take a rest, you can take breaks, whatever you like. Feel free to kind of pause anytime you need to give yourself a bit of extra space. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet as you're ready. No rush to get there. You can join us whenever you like. We'll shift our weight gently into the right foot. Inhale to send the left leg nice and high for the three-legged dog. Come high onto the tippy toes of the right foot. Keep the left heel a little higher. Breathe in. Exhale, knee to your nose. Do your best to step the foot in between the hands. Remember, if it doesn't quite get there, you might use the hand to shuffle the foot forward so the knee is over the ankle. Look between the legs, make sure the feet are hip width apart, so maybe a little wider through the front foot, and then press down to lift up into your crescent lunge. Chest is lifted, shoulders are soft. We've got a nice gentle bend into the back knee, belly in, right glute, right butt cheek is squeezing on. We take a big inhale, exhale to sink us down a little deeper. Good, one more big breath in, big breath out. From here, round the back foot down and open up the arms for warrior two. So you might shuffle the feet a little bit, line up the heels, front toes point straight ahead, back foot parallel with the back of your mat, lining up the front knee over your ankle, and then the shoulders over the hips as you open through the chest. Let your gaze fall straight ahead, take a big breath in, sink a little deeper, breath out. Inhale, flip the front palm, straighten your front leg, right hand, right thigh for a reverse triangle. We reach up and back, big side stretch. Exhale, back through center, rebend into the front knee, warrior two. From here, inhale to reach it forward. Exhale to place the left forearm on the left thigh. The right arm reaches up to the ceiling. Now the back foot is pressing down firmly. We're starting to draw the front knee out a little to open the hip. And if you did so on the other side, reach the right arm forward, bicep next to your ear. Take a nice big side stretch here. Doing your best to rotate the chest upward. One more big breath in, big breath out. Nice and gently, reverse triangle. Press down to reach up and back. Exhale, bring it back to that T shape with your arms. Two straight legs. So we're turning the toes in. I'll flip it around so I'm facing you. Toes in and then heels in, toes out. So we want to finish with our toes pointing out, our heels pointing in, but our stance is a little narrower than before. So as we reach up, and then bring the palms to touch, the hands to heart center, and start to bend into the knees. We've got this lovely stack of the knees over the ankles. And if it's not quite there, feel free to shuffle the feet, finding that nice stable position, knees over ankles. Nice proud chest, shoulders draw back, belly draws in, squeeze your butt. Take a big breath in, sink a little deeper, breath out. Good, twice more, big inhale. Big exhale. Last time, big inhale breath. Sink even deeper, exhale, well done. Now press down through both feet, straighten through the legs. Reach the arms up and overhead, palms touch. Turn the toes in, heels turn out. Take a soft bend into the knees and forward gently. This time straight away, take a halfway lift, heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, fold, walk back to the top of your mat, framing your front foot for downward facing dog. Press the ground away, stepping it back to me. Good, big inhale breath, big exhale. If you'd like to take a final flow, come with me now. If you'd like to rest, lower the knees down to child's pose. If you're flowing, ripple forward, high plank. Option to keep the knees lifted or lower them down. Shift forward, hug the elbows in, lower all the way down onto the belly, untucking the toes, inhale for low cobra, or for upward facing dog if you feel ready. Remember up dogs, thighs lift up off the ground. It's cobra, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, we all lower back to the belly, sliding back to find child's pose. That's where we meet together. Big breath in as we drop in. And a big breath out. Giving yourself just a few moments there. Shoulders soften down. You might creep the arms a little further forward to lengthen more through the spine. One more big inhale breath. And a steady exhale. Nice and gently from there. We'll shift our weight to one side so we can bring the legs out around in front. seat down on our sit bones. Now this is where you might like your cushion or something of that similar shape as we move into a forward fold. So from here, if you find in this shape you're kind of rounding through the spine and it's hard to keep lifted, a nice lifted position, then it might feel nice to grab a cushion and take a seat up on top, which just gives the space, a little more space through the spine there to tilt the tailbone away. Now remember we were doing half hunter, and anytime you want to stretch the back of the leg, you want to engage the front. So we're going to flex our toes, lift the kneecaps slightly so the quads, the thigh muscles engage. Draw the belly button in and up. Inhale breath, reach up through your fingertips. Exhale breath, lead with the chest and fold forward. And you'll notice that the spine will naturally round at some point. Let it do that. And rather than pulling or forcing your way deeper into this shape, use your breath to find a little extra space. So as you inhale, take a little halfway lift like we're practicing. Heart forward, spine lengthened, shoulders back. Exhale breath, fold you in a little bit. One more breath like that, in and out. And then soften in. Releasing tension through the head and neck. Allow the shoulder blades to spread apart, but keep the legs a little locked in. Now for yourself again, that connection to your breath. Big inhale. Slow and steady exhale. Let's take one more nice big inhale. Big exhale. Nice and slowly peeling yourself back up into a seat. If you're on a block or prop or something, pop it off to one side. Beautiful. And then from here, ground down through both of your feet. You might want to shuffle forward just a little bit so you've got space to roll down. Before we do though, bring your hands to the tops of your shins, ground down through the feet. Inhale breath, lift through the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale breath, rounding through the spine, chin to chest. Just once more like that. Big breath in, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale to round through the spine, nice and slow. From here, we'll bring the knees with us as we roll all the way down onto the back. Take your time and give yourself a little cuddle. A little hug of knees to the chest, a gentle rock from side to side. Just a couple more movements here before we settle into Shavasana. First one will be just a couple of rounds of our rolling bridge pose. So you're going to land both feet down, about hip width apart, and you want the heels fairly close in towards the sit bones. You should be able to almost raise your heels with your fingertips. From there, I like to find a gentle turning in of my toes, so I feel slightly pigeon-toed here, if that makes sense. Press down through both of your palms, round down through your heels, and then inhale, curl the tailbone under to lift up the hips and peel the spine, one vertebrae at a time. And then exhale to roll down nice and slow. Start with the top of the spine, allow the tailbone to be the last thing to touch down. Twice more, inhale, press down through the heels, squeeze your glutes, your butt cheeks to lift the hips to find a little bit of space. And then exhale to lower, nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful, last time. Inhale, breath, press down through the heels, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips up. This time we pause there. Option to stay exactly as you are, pressing through the palms. If you feel like you've got a little more space, think about shuffling the shoulders underneath you, any amount, clasping the hands together, and then pressing that fist down to the ground to lift the hips a little higher. Beautiful. Now hug the inner thighs towards each other. Let's all stay for one more big breath in. Exhale, release what you've got, roll all the way back down, nice and slow, beautiful. Now heel to your feet as wide as your mat, let the knees knock into the center, and bring the hands to rest on the head. Big inhale breath. Slow and steady exhale. One more breath in. Big breath out. Nice and gently from here, bring your arms out to a T. Arms nice and wide, palms face up. And start to windscreen wipe the knees from side to side. Take your time, finding a gentle twist through the spine. And then the next time the knees fall over to the left, just let them stay there. Find a nice gentle twist. If you'd like something a little bit deeper, shuffle your hips over to the right hand side of the mat and then stack the knees as they fall over to the left. Whatever you've got, prioritize the shoulders grounding down. The knees can lift up a little from the ground, that's fine, but try to keep the shoulders grounded, giving you that nice and stable place to twist from. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale guides you back through center. And the knees over to the right hand side. Your variation of twist. Either just letting the knees fall with the feet wide, or shuffling the hips to the left and stacking the knees one on top of the other. Slow and steady and deep breaths here. Great, just one more big inhale. Big exhale. Nice and gently draw yourself back into center. Hug both knees to your chest. Take one more nice big squeeze. And then start to soften down to your Shavasana. Let the legs extend nice and long. Let the arms extend nice and wide. Find a little tuck under of the shoulder blades to broaden through the chest. A little tuck under of the tailbone to lengthen through the spine. Take a few slow and steady breaths here to soften you into this resting shape. So our Shavasana is arguably the most important shape of the physical yoga practice. It allows us to feel everything that we've just moved through. So particularly if you're newer to yoga, if you're a little unsure about the postures or what goes where, do your very best to release that, because know that it doesn't matter. It's a yoga practice. I'm not sure if you've heard that before, yoga practice, not a yoga perfect. So know that more than anything, it's the breath. It's the matching breath to movement regardless of how it looks that matters. It's the shifting of energy and the chance for connection in towards yourself that really makes the difference. So as you relax down here for a few moments, can you allow yourself to feel the physical sensation of your practice? Feel a little more spacious in the body. You might feel the mind slowing down a little. And you might feel that inner vibrance, like a rippling of energy just underneath the surface of the skin. Whatever you feel, doing your best not to label it, just feel it. Drop back into that slow and steady rhythm of breath that we've found. Allowing yourself to feel a little lighter with each inhale that you take, and a little softer, a little more calm with each exhale. Big breath out. And if you've got the time and you'd like to stay resting for a little while longer, please feel free to do so. Chill out for as long as you like, resting in this space that you've created. You've got to get moving, start to bring a little movement into the body, a little wriggle through fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. You might take a nice big stretch, reaching the arms up and overhead, reaching through the toes, making yourself lovely and long. Before hugging the knees in towards your chest and giving yourself a little cuddle, a little squeeze. And there, either roll over to one side and give yourself a moment, or simply rock straight up to a comfortable seat. That's where we'll meet as you're ready. No rush to get there. But let the eyes stay closed down, or just a soft gaze as you arrive. Hands will draw to heart center, so palms touch into what yogis call Anjali Mudra, which is just a symbolic gesture of gratitude and of connection. And you seal our practice all together with a deep and unifying breath in and a clearing breath out. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Thanks so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're feeling good and refreshed and energized and relaxed and stretched and open and all of the things. Yeah. If you have any feedback or if you have any questions about alignment, about alignment or about postures or about anything to do with anything we've gone through or anything to do with yoga in general, please feel free to let me know. Otherwise, yeah, I will hopefully see you again next week. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much.